following up to the previous question, I was rejected across the board by large firms at OCI despite several callbacks. This was a very frustrating and upsetting experience. I learned from it, but the door is not closed from your large firms. But is the door, am I permanently damaged goods? No, you're not. Jesus, you're not permanently damaged goods just because you didn't get jobs at OCI. Again, so everything I've talked to you guys about today is people limiting themselves consciously or unconsciously. People should not limit themselves. So what you're doing here when you're just applying to firms in OCI, and again, I don't care what law school you went to, OCI equals just the firms, just the law firms interviewing at your school, willing to pay thousands of dollars, interview candidates from your school. That's it. That's what OCI is. OCI is just the firms interviewing that are willing to pay $1,000 to interview at your school. I went to University of Virginia Law School. I have no idea what it's ranked. It's a nice school, but I also was from Detroit. Detroit equaled 0 firms coming to school. And then I went to college in Chicago. Back then it equaled maybe 3 firms, maybe 2 or 3 firms to school. I also thought about working in Los Angeles, equaled how many firms? Maybe 2. I think Latham and maybe Latham and Gibson were the only ones that came back then. I'm talking about a long time ago. That's it. Then now if I wanted to work in New York, maybe 100 firms, 50 plus firms, 75 firms, I don't know. The point is like OCI is like, what firms are going to come to my school? Why would you limit yourself to that? This is insane. Like, why would anybody limit themselves to only the firms coming to OCI? That's like saying, I guess I can't work in Detroit. Doesn't make any sense. Or, wow, I'm not going to get a job at Sidley. I don't know what to do. Boy, I guess I'm out of luck for Chicago. This is what people do, incredibly. So if you didn't come to get a job at OCI, then you need to apply to the firms that aren't going to OCI. And you need to make a point of doing it. I don't care how you do it. If you email them, if you apply, if you show up at their office, whatever it takes, you need to make sure you get through to the right people. That's it. That's as simple as it is. You apply to firms that don't go to OCI at your law school. You're not damaged goods, but you need to learn about this stuff. You need to listen to what I'm saying in these talks. You need to go back and look at old talks. The jobs are never closed from your law firm for law firms later in your career. I know plenty of people that didn't get a job at big firms, and it takes them decades to do it, sometimes 10 years, 5 years. All you do is you just keep improving. You keep improving at what you're doing, and you commit to a practice area when you get out. You do the best you can. You learn about it, and you apply yourself and do well. And if you're not getting jobs, then you're doing something wrong in your callbacks. Go and watch my interviews about my presentations about interviews, and go talk to other people. Allow people to critique your interviewing skills. Do mock interviews at your school that will do them. Do whatever you freaking can, but you're not permanently damaged goods. You're 20. I'm sorry to get upset here, but I've gotten people that are 75 years old, jobs with top 50 law firms. You're not permanently damaged goods. This is just ridiculous. I'm sorry, but you're not.